We made our way down to a classified location in the prison. I was sent down here to check out a single prisoner. They are the only prisoner on this floor. They can't be in contact with anything living. Why? Because they will tear anything apart within seconds, unless it wants to watch you suffer. We don't know what this thing is, even though it does look like a man. We have it tied down with extremely heavy chains. The chains were custom made just for this prisoner. We tried other methods, but this is the only one that seems to work. We call this prisoner Wrath. We call him that because he gets angry too easily and destroys anything it wants. We have never seen such high levels of strength or anger before. When I got down there, I saw him. I couldn't believe my eyes. He wasn't a large guy like you would think, but you could still tell he was strong. The look in his eyes was frightening. I couldn't really look at them. They were too angry and too hateful for me to look at. Feeding him was much different than feeding the other prisoners. No one is even allowed near the cell. They must drop in the food from the top. We tried using robots to feed him, but it would use them as toys. It would destroy them. Sometimes it would use them to scare anyone watching them, and it did work. A lot of people leave here running. It is not easy being down here. He gives off such negative energy. It feels heavy. It feels like the heaviest thing in the world just crushing you. Before anyone even comes down here, you must go through some testing. The testing is not for everyone. I had to watch videos and look at pictures about what this single man can do. I can't tell you what I saw, but I will never forget it. I still have nightmares to this day. You will learn quickly why this is the most horrifying thing that ever walked this earth. He could take down armies as if they were just nothing. Most people do not make it past the first day of testing. I barely survived the 90 days of testing. No matter what the testing puts you through, it will never be like what I am witnessing. It may seem like I am calm, but I am just barely holding on. This is the most terrifying thing I have ever done. Nothing comes even close to this. I take as many deep breaths as I can while I spend my time down here. I don't have much time down here. I must get what I was sent down here quickly. I need to get as much information as I possibly can. I have my laptop for gathering as much information on Wrath as possible. I begin writing down what I am experiencing here. I write down its behavior, the way it is chained down, and what I am feeling while in its presence. Its anger is so great that I can feel it. A lot of people who come down here and feel Wrath's anger end up feeling it even when they are no longer around him. Many are in jail just because they can't control their anger and end up doing something illegal. In most extreme cases, you can end up taking someone's life or your own. That is why we must go through the training that we do. I do feel a lot of anger, much more than what I am used to feeling, but I am holding on. I am not letting the anger get to me. I am feeling things and seeing things I never thought I would be experiencing. No wonder why they don't want us down here for too long. It is overwhelming, but I must remain focused. It may be hard to keep focused, but I must get the job done. The hardest part of this job is getting past what I see in my mind and writing it down. It is much harder writing it down because it is so horrifying. I see a lot of next level violence. I see things like domestic violence, assault, and loss of life. No wonder why people get so violent and end up locked up for a long time. I am nowhere near Wrath. I can't imagine getting even closer to him. It is interesting, I will give you that, but I can't see myself coming back down here. I will get as much information as possible before I need to get back to the surface, and I can't wait. Why am I doing this? Because it pays very well. The more information you bring back to HQ, the more money you are paid. Wrath moves in its chains. It begins to walk and look around the room. It doesn't say anything, but smiles and chuckles. It grabs the chain around its neck and tries to break it, but it can't. It gets mad and slams the chain into the ground. To my surprise, the floor doesn't even get a scratch on it. Wrath does take some damage to its left leg. You can even see the bone, but it doesn't take long for Wrath to fully heal. Not even a scar is left. It is as if it never happened. Wrath tries to do it again, but something very odd happens. Wrath grabs the chain around his neck, but this time he stops and screams. I don't know why that happened, but I can see his discomfort. He lets go of the chain and he stops screaming. I look at his hands. They are burnt. He can heal himself, but he doesn't seem to be healing. Why? What happened? He stops acting up and calms down. He looks around and sits down on the floor. He looks like he has no more energy. Shortly after, I am told my time is up and I am needed back to the surface. I want to know what they did to stop him, but I guess I will never know. I want to go back and figure things out, but I don't know if my mind can handle another trip. I get back to the surface and turn in my information on my laptop. I get paid and I go home for now. They call me later in the day to check up on me. They tell me what I must do to keep my sanity. They tell me what to do to keep me from giving out secret information on what I just saw and did. I go to all the doctors, take all the medication, and I don't abuse them. It isn't easy living up here anymore, knowing what I know. It is hard living a normal life. But I know I can get back to normal. It will just take some time. If I do all the right things, take all the right steps, I will be just fine. I don't know how long it will take, but I will be just fine. I always have and always will be fine. I got the money I wanted and much more. My friends and family have no idea what I did for money, and they will never know. With this money, I can make my life better for myself. Wrath does appear in my mind every now and then, but I know I am safe from it up here. I know it can't escape, so I am safe. It may be in my mind, but that is as close as it will be to me. Wrath taught me a lot. What it taught me, I can use in my life ahead. I will not be like the others and let this experience poison my mind.